Yeah. Okay, we're given here's a list of 5 terms of an arithmetic sequence. So in math, we've got arithmetic and geometric sequence. Arithmetic sequence, it's when you are adding or subtracting a constant term throughout. A constant term. We call that arithmetic. Clear? Progression, arithmetic sequence. So
Yes, sir.
you can tell there, what's the difference there? I'm adding what? 5. Huh? I'm adding 5. So because I'm adding a constant term, it's called arithmetic progression. Now to find the formula of this pattern, it's because I'm adding 5 pattern, so it means it's a 5n multiplication table. Clear? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
It follows a 5n multiplication table. Why? Because I'm constantly adding 5 all the time. Okay? So I want to show you the shortcut to get the correct formula. Now, what you ask yourself, okay, Mufaro, you're just adding, joining us to make sense just now. What's the number before 6? What would be the number before 6?
No, that would be 1.
1. Yeah? So it's simply 5n plus 1 formula. Let's test it to see if it's correct. Remember, this is the position: first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. When n is equal to 5, what is 5 times 5? 25 plus 1, 26, correct? Yeah? When n is equal to 4, 5 times 4, 20 plus 1, 21, correct? Can you see that? So you can find
Yes.
any term. If I say the 100th term in this, because I now have the formula, it will be 5 multiplied by 100 plus 1, huh? It should be 501. I'm just showing you that. Okay, now, Mufaro, you've just joined us. Can you hear us? Mufaro there? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Now, if we look at number 2, there is saying the first term. So we want to find the formula for this. Then I'll show you the first question. Find the next 2 terms. So let's see what's happening. We are adding what here?
Right.
5.
5.
We are adding 5. So again, we are adding 5. We are adding 5. So it means there we add 5, we get 28. Then we add another 5 there, we get 30 what? 33. Yeah? Now, let's think of the formula for the nth term. The formula for the nth term. Okay, that's what we just joined. The formula for the nth term. So we said it's arithmetic because we are adding a constant. So because we are adding a constant term, it's a 5n multiplication table. Is that clear, Faro? Then I ask myself, what would be the number before 3 if I was going in this direction? I subtract what? 3 minus 5, I get minus what? Minus 2. Huh? So it means it's 5n minus 2. 5n minus 2. Let's test it to see if it's true. 1, 2, 3. I can test on n position. When n is equal to 3, so 5 times 3, 15 minus 2, 13. Correct. Makes sense. So now they're saying, explain why this is not a term of that sequence. So it's this formula. So let's see, if it's 5n minus 2 is equal to 3, 8, it means I should always get an n should always be a whole number. If n is not a whole number, it means this is not part of this. Does that make sense? Now take 2 the other side in maths. This is a minus 2, so it becomes a plus 2. And we get 3, 8, 9. And we know that that is not divisible by what? By 5. It leaves a remainder, clear. So it means it's not a term in that sequence. Okay. Now, let's go on to number 3 then. Here are the first 5 terms of a sequence. Write down the next what? The next 2 terms. So let's see what's happening here. Are we adding or we are subtracting? We are subtracting. Huh? What are we taking away there, Mufaro? What are we subtracting there? Minus 4. There, minus 4. Minus 4. Minus 4. Huh? So there we simply subtract 4. We get 1 or 6. Then we subtract 4, we get 1 or 2. Easier. But the nth formula now. So what's the difference? Minus 4, not 4. So minus 4n multiplication table. I hope everyone is following me, minus 4n. Then I ask myself, what will be the term before the first term? Can someone tell me what will be the term before the first term? What will be the term? Mufaro, check what's happening. What will be the term before this first term?
130.
130. Because if I subtract 4, then I'm there. So it's plus 130. 4n plus 130. Let's test it. It will give us any term in that sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So when n is equal to 4, so it's minus 4 multiplied by 4 plus 130. What does your calculator give you? That should give you exactly 114, 114. Clear? So it's correct formula. That making sense though. Work out the 8th term in this sequence. 8th term. So what will be the 8th term? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the n is equal to 1 first term, 2nd term, 3rd term, 4th term, 5th term. What will be the 6th term? What are we doing here? We are adding what?
We're adding plus 4.
So it means the 60th term, if I add 4 there, what's the 60th term? 20.
28.
Then the 7th term, if I add 4,
27.
27. Then the 8th term, if I add 4,
31.
31. So it's 31 answering the question. Now, the next one is find the nth term. So we know that each time we're adding 4, it's a 4n multiplication table. Then what will be the term of out there before the 3? If I was going to go to the left. Before the 3, Mufaro, what will be the term here? Follow through what's happening. What will be the term before that? If I'm going there, I'm adding. If I'm going there, I'm subtracting. So you take away 4 from this. What's 3 minus
1?
Minus 1. So it's a 4n minus 1. When n is equal to 1, it's 4 times 1 minus 4 is 4 times 1, which is 4, minus 1, 3. When n is equal to 2, look at this. 4 times 2, 8, minus 1, 7. When n is equal to 3, 4 times 3, 12, minus 1, 11. You see that? Now, can you work out the 4 with this without the teacher? I'm giving you 30 seconds, everyone. I want you to work out the formula. You have seen what you've been doing for the nth term. Formula for the nth term. Formula for the nth term. That's why this is big now. That's can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just checking if you are with us. Oh, you should be done. Mufara, are you done finding the formula? It's still working. Nth term formula. That's the general formula.
So is it 7n plus 1 is equals to n?
Did you see me saying is equal to? That's an equation, huh? That's not correct.
Yes.
You simply say 7n plus 1. Huh? Clear.
7n plus 1.
I'm not sure
Yes, sir.
whether it's correct, but we'll see now. So, Mufaro, do you agree with him? Anyway, let's see. What's the difference here? 7.
It's 7.
7. So on the 7, n, you're correct. 7. So it's a plus 7 plus 7. So it's a 7n multiplication table. Everyone should get it now. It's a 7n multiplication table on the first one. Then I said you look at this number here. Clear? So your plus 1 is not even correct. Yeah? What's the number? What will be the number if I move this side? I have to take away what? 7.
Minus 5.
Yes. So minus 5. 7n minus 5. Mufaro, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Now let's do the next one. Find the nth term there on number 6. 30 seconds. Should be done now. Mufaro, are you done?
Yes, sir.
What's your formula?
5n minus 3.
5n minus 3 looks correct. I'm not sure. Anyway, the other way to test it is to test your formula. So when n is equal to 1, I should get 2, my first term. So what's 5 times 1? 5, minus 3, 2. Let's test it. When n is equal to 2, 5 times 2, 10, minus 3, 7, looks correct. When n is equal to 4, sorry, when n is equal to 3, 5 times 3, 15, minus 3, 12. Correct formula. Clear. Otherwise, how to get it? If anyone didn't get it correct, 5 there, 5, 5. So I'm adding a 5. So it's a 5n multiplication table. Then the number before 2, I subtract 5 and I get a minus 3. Is that clear, Nyashan? I hope you got it correct. Now let's work number 7. Again, 30 seconds, finding the formula. Done? Yasha?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Everyone should be done now. It doesn't take time. Yasha, what's the answer?
4n minus 5.
4n minus 5. Okay. Mufaro, do you agree with him? Tanaswa? Do you
I
agree?
got 4n plus 3.
4n plus 3. Let's see who is correct. Now let's see what are we adding here? 4. What are we adding here? 4. 4. 4. Both of you are correct on the 4n. Eh?
Yes, sir.
But Murufaro, you are forgetting something here. For me, I said you think of the term before. What should we do here? We should say minus 1 minus what? Minus 4. What do you get? A minus 5.
Minus 5.
Minus 5. Mufaro. Are we together? Because we are going further. It's a number before negative 1. Eh? Can you see that? Now let's go to the next part. They are saying in another arithmetic sequence, the nth term, this one, okay, is the nth term. John thinks there is a number in both sequences. So if there is a number in both sequences, what it means is 8n minus 16 is equal to 4n minus 5. You should get a whole number when you try to solve this. Clear? That's what it means. Let's see how, if it's wrong, we won't get a whole number. If we get a whole number, it's correct. There's a number that is the same in both sequences. So in maths, you group like terms. So you bring the 4n and it becomes a minus 4n. Minus 5, you take the negative 16, it becomes a plus 16. Then if you subtract, you get 4n. If you use your whatever, your calculators there, I think you're going to see that it gives you 11. So n is equal to 11 over 4. So he's wrong because this is not a whole number. Clear? I kind of have a position as a fraction. Remember, n is for the position in a sequence. That makes sense? Okay. Can you
Yes,
find
sir.
the formula there quickly? The formula there. Can you find the formula there? Okay. So today we'll concentrate, tomorrow we'll do quadratic sequences. Today we'll concentrate on the linear sequences. And tomorrow quadratic sequence. Done or stuck? Janasco, you're quiet. Now in the lesson.
So I'm not so sure, but I got -5n plus 1.
-5n plus 1. -5n plus 1. Yeah, not. Are you using? You can use your calculator. That's why you put the calculator. If you subtract here, then that's why here. Is it 5 here? The difference here. You can use your calculator. That's why you've got your calculator there. And your syllabus is calculator version. You're getting 4. No, so I don't know where the 5 is coming from. This is 4 here. What's the difference here? -4 because I'm subtracting. That's why I use a calculator. There is what? -4 again. There is minus what? 4. So you can't get 5n because the difference is 4. So it's minus what? 4n. That's where I start from, not 5. Minus 4n. Are we together? But that's not the answer. So what's the number before Murufaro, before 21? Because I'm going down now, it's a number greater than 21. It's 20 what?
25.
25, yes. I'm adding a 4 here, 25. Like this. That's how easy that is done as well, the -4n plus 25. Find the fourth term. It means when n is equal to 4. We are given the formula. So it's 2 brackets 4 squared. Which gives you 32. Clear? Is 400 a term? Give you a reason. So we need now to use 2n squared is equal to 400 and see if we get a what? A perfect number. So I can divide both sides by, so I get n squared is equal to, if I divide by, is equal to 200. And if I do square root of 200, so it's not, because check square root of 200 is not a perfect number. So it means 400 is not, because n should always be a whole number. Is that clear? Can you find the formula there? Tanatspo, do the same thing that we've been doing there. You can use your calculator, that's why it's a calculator vision. Identify the correct difference. Then you work it from there. 30 seconds, it should be done. Done? Mhm.
Yes, sir.
What's your answer? Yeah, sure.
6n minus 3.
6n minus 3. Maybe. I don't know the answer. We have to work it together. 6n minus 3. Anyway, so there I'm adding 6. There I'm adding 6. You can check with the calculator. There I'm adding 6. There I'm adding plus 6. So it's a 6n multiplication table. Then I think of the number before this, which is correct. I subtract 6 there, I get a minus. So 6n minus 3, correct, clear? Then the next part says, Ben says that there are 150, because you need to know how to answer this. That 150 is in this sequence. So I said 1n minus 3 is equal to 150. Then we have to get a position of n that is a whole number, clear? So take the 3 the other side. 6n is equal to 150 plus 3. I'm sure you know a negative, which you move the other side, it becomes a positive. So 6n is equal to 153. Then divide both sides by what? By 6. What's 153 by 6? I don't think it's a whole number. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I'm wrong, huh? I'm correct. It's not a whole number. It's 25 point what? 0.5.
Right.
So it's wrong because we cannot have n as a fraction, clear? Or as a mixed fraction. N should be a whole number. The position can only be a whole number, clear? Now, can you do this one without the teacher helping you? Number 11, A and B, I'm giving you 2 minutes to work the first part and the B part.
So for A is it 79.
I said work out A and B. You tell me when you're done, both of them.
Yeah.
That's what I
A got
you're done.
79 and B got 7n minus 5.
Let's see. I'm not sure. So what's the difference there? 7,
7.
7. I'm not saying you're wrong. 7, 7. Okay. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. Okay, maybe you're correct. 79. Okay. If I'm someone who is clever here, do you know that I can go to work out this? Let me show you why. Instead of doing this, you take time, huh? Then that's all. Mfaro, if you are clever, you do this. Because this can work out in any position. Huh? So we say now know that it's 7n, like what he's saying. And the number before this, we subtract 7. Huh? We get minus 5. So now then I use this to say when n is equal to what? To 12. Huh?
7 multiplied by 12 minus 5.
Like that. Which is simply 84 minus
84 minus 5.
You see 70? No. It makes sense? Workout number 13 there. What's your formula, Shibita? Formula, what's the correct formula there? Mfaro, what's the formula? What's the formula? Just looking at this, what's the formula straight away?
5n plus 1
5n
plus 1.
plus 1, correct. Mhm. They are repeating some of these questions. Now, can you do number 16A and B quickly? A and B now, no? How to do that? Done? Mufara, are you done? No, who lost you? Are you? Unless you need to. Mufara, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Are you done? Should be done. What's your formula for the first one? A. Mufara.
4n plus 1.
4n plus what? Plus
Plus
1.
1.
Mufara, I don't agree with you. You seem to be struggling on the last part. Look at this Mufara there. I don't know where your struggles are coming from. Okay. Can I show you why you are wrong? Or look at this Mufara. If you put a 1 that you said, can you see that? What's the difference here? It's not 2. It's not 4. That's not correct, in fact. What's the difference between the number that you are saying to 4n?
Negative.
Huh? It's negative one. It's negative. We see your mistake that you're doing here. I said this one here. If you see the way we were doing things here, you now say this 3 is 3 minus 4 from a calculator. It gives you minus 1, not plus 1. It's actually minus 1. So it's 4n minus 1. I see. You've been doing this mistake, this whole exercise. 4n minus 1. That's the correct formula. So now you mean this one now it will be difficult for you to get it correct if you mess up. Because we're saying 4n minus 1 is equal to 319. Clear? Now take the 1 the other side, it becomes 320. Then divide n by that, you get 80. So he's
Yes, sir.
correct. This is a term in that sequence because n is a whole number. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't want you to draw, but maybe we'll do the B part together. Let's see what's happening. So sometimes you get questions like this, huh? So how many doors are here? They've done it for us on the B part. They said the doors are 10, 14, 18. Huh? So let's see what's happening here. Plus 4. What's happening? Plus 4. So how many doors there? Add 4, 22. On the fifth one, add 4, 26. Clear. Now, how many doors are in the 10th? What I would just encourage you is find the formula for the nth term. Huh? So it's a 4n multiplication table. First term is 10 dots. So before that, if you subtract 4, it's plus what? Plus 6. So it means on the 10, it's when n is equal to 10. So it's 4 multiplied by 10, because it's 4n plus 6. So it means it's 46. Clear now, everyone? So I'm going to give you 10 minutes break. For those that do bio, we see you exactly it. But I'm sending a homework to everyone now. For Meta, which you should submit before tomorrow's lesson. Now. Clear? Okay, we are done for today. We'll see you for bio, those that do bio. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Huh? Yes, is that correct? I think it's a bio lesson, huh? After this.